Well, Rick, hey there, and the answer is that it may continue. We're actually getting a look outside right now from our Santa Monica camera. We're overlooking the ocean tonight, the beach right there, and you can see the clouds moving right back in. The low clouds really hanging tough. You're looking at a little bit of clearing right there off in the distance, so we're still looking at some clear conditions, but the fog will push inland into the overnight hours, and I will tell you, this fog right here, it's more of the low cloud cover. The stratus clouds could possibly produce a little bit of drizzle from the mountains all the way right here to the coast, to spots like Santa Monica. So you're going to see some of the cloud cover sitting offshore, some of it already making its way to shore as we just saw in that shot. And well, temperature-wise right now, pretty mild, a lot cooler than where we've been the last few days. You're going to see 65 in downtown, 73 in Palmdale, 66 in San Pedro, 67 in Laguna Beach, and 68 in Riverside this evening. So again, temperatures already starting to cool down a little bit, and we are expecting to see more cooling in the forecast. We'll tell you exactly how cool it's going to get and how long it's going to last. That's all coming up in just a little bit. Sharon, back to you.
Evelyn. I don't blame them.
Air conditioner went out at my house.
It did?
Yep, it did, and so I had to get that fixed today. I'll tell you what, I'm glad it was this week and not last week. Because the upstairs was about 82 degrees most of the night last night, and so we don't have to worry about that much till later in the week, though, right?
No, till later in the week, it's actually going to start to cool down. So perfect timing.
You can
Good job.
feel the cool down today.
You can. And if you take a look outside, we look right behind us in Long Beach. I don't know if you can see it. I'll show you guys, and I'll show you guys in a second too. It's gray out there. The clouds are rolling in. It's actually the low cloud cover, that stratus rain moisture that's not quite making its way down to the ground, but certainly a possibility that we could see a few raindrops out there as early as this evening. And you're going to see, well, as we get a look at conditions outside on radar, we are looking at pretty cloudy conditions offshore, and some of that cloud cover again already starting to make its way inland, as we just saw in those shots of the basin and of course the coast. So temperatures right now to the 50s, the 60s, 64 in downtown, 66 in San Pedro, and you'll see Laguna Beach at 67, Riverside at 68. Earlier today we made it to 75 in downtown, so we were below average. Average is 83, so we were well below average for this time of year. And we're going to continue to stay that way as we head into the next 24 hours, 60s, mid-60s, and even a couple degrees cooler tomorrow. We're getting up to about 73. And again, that's for the basin tomorrow. For the valleys, we're barely making it to 80 degrees. So tomorrow certainly being one of the coolest days of the week. And eventually we're warming it right back up again as we head into the later part of the week. Again, worth the mention, we could see a little bit of drizzle. We could maybe see some showers as well in the higher elevations. Monsoonal moisture coming in later in the week, and moisture from, well, Tropical Storm Fabio down south, potentially affecting our forecast. So more on that coming up in a little bit. Rick and Sharon, back to you.
Wow.
And we're expecting a few changes in the forecast. We'll have that full forecast coming right up. Don't go away. It's nice.
We could actually turn off our fans and, air conditioning.
Good thing, because Rick just shared with us that his air conditioning broke, so could be more perfect just in time. Yes, for the cool down. It's going to be significantly cooler actually over the next few days. So we're going to break it down for you in just a minute. We're taking you outside right now, getting a look from our Mount Wilson camera. It looks like we're overlooking downtown, and you're going to see that cloud cover already creeping into the forecast, that low cloud cover, and it could potentially produce a little bit of drizzle out there. That is not out of the question whatsoever. We are expecting a little bit of it in the forecast, possibly first thing in the morning. Temperatures right here into the 50s, 60s, a few 70s, the high desert, 72, 64 in Palmdale, and actually 72 in Palmdale, 64 in downtown, there we go, 66 in San Pedro, and 67 in Laguna Beach. So earlier today, we made it to 75, so we were actually a few degrees, more than a few degrees below average for this time of year. And then as we head into the next 24 hours, you're going to see 60s, mid-60s, and by the afternoon, we're in the 70s. We're actually shedding a couple of degrees tomorrow, so it's going to be even cooler than today. Santa Monica only making it to 68, Palmdale 85, and Woodland Hills, you're flirting with 80. You're only getting up to about 79 degrees. And if you remember just the other week, we were looking at triple-digit heat. Woodland Hills getting up to the hundreds last week. So far departure from where we were not too long ago. As we get a look at Futurecast, I do want to show you what we can expect cloud cover-wise in just a minute, but we're just going to recap right here. Your weather headline showing you the onshore flow building with that drizzle is possible in the forecast overnight and, yes, in the morning hours, and maybe some mountain showers and thunderstorms. We have a little bit of moisture coming in from the remnants of Tropical Storm Fabio, so that could potentially affect our forecast. And we are expecting cooling for now. And we're saying for now because eventually it will be a little warmer. We'll have that in your 5-day in just a minute. You'll see Futurecast showing you drizzle into the overnight hours along the coast and possibly spanning to parts of the basin potentially as well. By 6 in the morning, maybe a bit of drizzle from Long Beach southward, and you'll see by 9 a.m. it's going to be cloudy and it could potentially be drizzly out there as well. By 11:45, the clouds starting to mix out of the forecast, but we are calling it mostly to partly cloudy, possibly partly sunny into our inland spots. So cloud cover certainly a factor for us tomorrow. We are looking at cooler conditions. We are looking at that onshore flow kicking up, and with that, a cloudier forecast as well. Again, that's going to be the drill at least for the next couple of days. We're also looking at a little bit of moisture coming in from the south. There's Tropical Storm Fabio, and it could potentially affect our forecast. We could maybe see some mountain showers and some showers in the high desert as well over the next couple of days. And then after that, that wasn't enough. We're expecting maybe a little more monsoonal moisture, so with that we could continue to see that chance of showers and thunderstorms in the higher elevations. For now, though, the basin in Orange County, 70s, mid-70s, eventually getting back up to the 80s, but really not warming up and clearing out until the weekend. The coast a little cloudier tomorrow, getting up into the 70s, and warming up a little bit again by the time we hit the weekend as well. Rick and Sharon, back to you.
All right.
Exciting, and we're getting a look outside tonight at the Santa Monica Pier, actually looking at a cooler and cloudier forecast. We'll have all the details coming right up. Don't go away.
What happens? We don't have to complain about anything.
Do you know that feeling when you're thinking bugs and it makes your skin crawl?
Yeah.
You feel like they're crawling.
Literally feel like you have to scratch.
That's what I feel like right now.
That and your mosquito bites.
Yeah, there we go. I got a couple of those. I was just complaining about them. Speaking of bugs, so
well,
I'll try not to itch.
And we're not going to be so humid anymore.
It's not going to be so humid.
Right.
Yeah, with that mosquito weather.
That really draws them out.
It does draw them out. So yeah, absolutely. Things are changing. It's not nearly as humid. In fact, it's the complete opposite. It's a lot cooler. It's a lot cloudier. And humidity, well, really not the issue right now whatsoever. Different kind of humidity, I guess. We are looking at a chance of there showing you just that as well. So maybe a few drops into the overnight hours, and that could persist into the, well, morning hours as well. We're not seeing anything on radar quite yet, but again, it could be a matter of just a few hours before we really start to see that drizzle develop. 62 in downtown, 68 in Palmdale, 58 in Valencia, so already a little cooler for you. And you'll see earlier today we made it to 75 in downtown, which technically is below average for this time of year, and it's going to be even cooler tomorrow. In fact, a good 10 degrees below average. 60s for the overnight morning hours, waking up to foggy conditions, and by the afternoon, we're looking at partly cloudy to mostly cloudy conditions, well, in spots like the coast. Santa Monica getting up to 68 with plenty of cloud cover. Anaheim 76, Riverside 83. In Woodland Hills, you're flirting with 80, not even getting to 80 degrees. And we keep reminding you we were in the triple digits just last week, so a far departure from where we were. Drizzle is possible in the forecast, as we mentioned, and then you'll see right here maybe some mountain showers and thunderstorms developing, I would say, Wednesday evening into about Thursday evening, and that's actually going to be from Tropical Storm Fabio. So that's where we're getting the moisture from that. Other than that, again, the low cloud cover producing some of that drizzle. It's cooling for now, and one more chance of maybe showers and possible thunderstorms taking place over the weekend, maybe Sunday into Monday at this point. Don't see that on your 5-day forecast, but something we will be tracking because there will be more monsoonal moisture headed our way. Until then, 70s eventually turning to 80s toward the end of the week. Lena and Sylvia, back to you.
All right.
And expecting a chance of drizzle and cooler temperatures in the forecast. We'll have that full forecast coming up today, but you did see that cloud cover out there earlier, and that cloud cover is out there now. In fact, it's starting to move not only to the coast, but into the basin, to some of our inland valleys, and we are expecting maybe some potential overnight drizzle in the forecast as well. You'll see temperatures in the 60s, predominantly 62 in downtown right now. Earlier today, downtown got up to 75, so you were below average, and you're staying below average, at least for this time of year. You're going to see temperatures well into the 60s, 70s, 80s, Palmdale getting up to 85 tomorrow, Riverside 83, but Woodland Hills, you're barely making it to 80 degrees. And just last week, you were in the triple digits, so already feeling a much cooler forecast, and maybe a wetter one as well. That drizzle coming in into the overnight hours. You'll see 4 4 a.m., we are expecting some coastal drizzle lasting through about 6:45. By 9 in the morning, still foggy, still cloudy with maybe a little bit of drizzle still in the forecast. Starting to see it mix out of the forecast by the afternoon hours, but even by then, we're still expecting some stubborn cloud cover. There's a couple things going on right now. So first and foremost, we've got that onshore flow building. You'll see that right there. And with that, we're going to see the cooler and cloudier conditions. There's that cutoff low sitting to the north. We also have, well, tropical storm Fabio sitting to our south, and that's starting to stream some moisture into the forecast. So with that, we could actually potentially see maybe some isolated thunderstorms and maybe some isolated showers. This is probably going to take place, if anything at all, Wednesday night into Thursday evening. Until then, we are looking at the drizzle, and then after that, as we head into the weekend, we're maybe looking at some monsoonal moisture coming our way. So with that, we could see more showers, but that's probably going to materialize Sunday into Monday, if anything at all. So remember, a little drizzle tonight, then possibly as we head into Wednesday and Thursday, we could see some isolated showers, then much more sunshine and a warmer forecast. We're going from the 70s to the 90s into your inland spots. As we get a look at the basin, you're going to see that same pattern, a little cooler tomorrow, a little warmer as we head toward the later part of the week. And one more 5-day forecast for us. We're going to take you to the coast, where temperatures are going to be in the upper 60s tomorrow, eventually making it to the 70s, and eventually looking at a little more sunshine in the forecast. But until then, mostly cloudy with plenty of potential drizzle into the overnight and morning hours. Rick and Sharon, back to you.
Thank you.